Hola familias de Golden Valley. In this video, I will walk you through what can be expected of a cultural studies student at Golden Valley and how you as the student's family can support their education during this time of distance learning. I would like you to keep in mind the theme from the whole to the parts. This is the theme that I mentioned in my introduction video to the Cultural Studies program. It is through this lens that we introduce all new material. It is a holistic perspective in which we allow the detailed information about any particular topic to come once the students are developmentally ready. Again, this goes against many traditional forms of education and, in my experience, requires a bit of unlearning what we know school to be to fully appreciate. To illustrate this, let me provide an example. As parents and family members, you've likely experienced a moment when a child or a young person asks a question. Say, why is the sky blue? There are, of course, many ways to answer this question, and how you answer this question probably has a lot to do with the age of the child asking. And if you know this child well, how you answer the question is likely also indicated by the child's maturity and developmental stage, which sometimes does not match normative standards for a child's age group. In other words, you speak to the person in front of you. You may discover something new by responding with the same question that was asked. Why do you think the sky is blue? There are, in this response, an infinite number of possibilities. These are the nuances we consider as Waldorf teachers, and this is a process of inquiry we invite you to explore with us in the educational journey of your children. Now I'm going to guide you through a visual overview of past year's cultural studies curriculum so that you can see how we meet each student at their developmental stage, with an emphasis on the honoring of childhood so that children can fully experience these magical years of life to the very fullest. As you look at the images I'm about to present, please keep in mind our themes. Holding a holistic perspective of each child, introducing new material from the whole to the parts, teaching to who is in front of us, developmentally appropriate curriculum, and the honoring of the experience of childhood. I hope you enjoy. Que disfruten. These images are from the student Spanish books and projects made over the years. You will see very clearly how as the students develop, their work becomes more advanced and refined. These images are from lower grade students from the ages of 6 to 8 or 9. And here we emphasize simple forms and images. All of the drawings come from the stories that the children have heard in class that we later draw as a group. Every picture is connected to nature in some way, and there is very little writing practiced in cultural studies before the age of 9. In the middle grades, you will see some repetition of content as we build on what we learned in previous years. You will also see that the work is more refined as students transition from drawing with crayons to colored pencils. From the ages of 9 to 11 or 12, the students are in a transition phase where you might see basic skills being alternated with very advanced work. These skills begin to accelerate and they are preparing to take on the rigorous work of the upper grades. From the ages of 12 to 14, Waldorf students are in the culminating years of their education at Golden Valley. They have been cared for through the early years of this healing education, and they are itching to enter the big wide world. This urge is matched by an increasingly dynamic curriculum. Cultural studies students in the upper grades are held to high standards in their artistic and academic work. The stories they once heard as young children often re-emerge from a new perspective and with historical context that was left out before. Grammar, vocabulary, and writing are practiced during these years, and new opportunities for individuality and artistic expression are available to the students. We also take the opportunity to learn the biographies of master artists, to emulate their work, and to diversify the students' artistic techniques. You can see here a few examples of emulating Diego Rivera in 8th grade.